Two new launches from Callaway and Titleist, T100 versus Apex 24 CB. Those irons are going head to head in this video. So two huge launches from two of the biggest brands in golf. So Callaway have introduced their new lineup, Apex irons, in the 2024 lineup. We're going to take a look at the CB in this particular video, and we're going to put that directly up against the Titleist T100. Again, just launched, beautiful looking golf clubs. I'm going to see which one I prefer. So let's jump straight in and look at the visuals. So from the back of the iron, two different looking golf clubs. So the Apex has that black badge sitting in the back with two sort of screws, which sometimes, you know, some people like that, some people won't. Titleist a little bit more of a cleaner look. Both have got that small cavity. Sole width there looking very, very similar. Maybe just the T100 being slightly thicker in the sole and a little bit more chamfering with the Apex in that front edge relief and also in that trail edge. And more importantly for me is into this actual playing position between these two clubs, with the Apex definitely being a little bit more of a compact look, a little bit more of a shorter from heel to toe blade length. Top line looks visually to be a little bit more thinner from that angle. Let's have a look from this side. Yeah, definitely a little bit thinner in the Apex in the CB. So if you're looking maybe a little bit more confident inspiring, possibly T100 might just edge it. But both of these are beautiful shapes, minimal offset on both of these irons, and they both look really stunning. So let's start off with the Apex. So the CB, this is sitting in the middle of the three Apex new models that Callaway have introduced. So as I say, playing position looks very good behind that golf ball. Okay, nice shot to kick things off with the Callaway. Feels superb. Have done an in-depth review of the full Callaway Apex lineup for 2024. You can go and check that out. I'll put a little link up there. But in that video, I was super impressed with the feel of these golf clubs. Callaway sort of saying this CB is going to be probably the biggest hit on tour, and I can totally see why. You know, very compact look, fantastic shaping. Again, that's beautiful. Nice high flight. Definitely looks, it's not firing off that club face, it looks like it's got that real control when it comes into land. Probably that descent angle, see around that 50-degree mark, so that's going to help with a lot of stopping power. I think when you move into these sort of, maybe what you call these player irons, you know, you typically want to be a really good sort of ball striker to get the most out of these golf clubs. You know, maybe miss hits aren't going to quite help you out. And that's maybe where like the T150 could come in to help you a little bit more, slightly bulkier. Maybe the Apex Pro, a little bit more of that hollow construction in there, just gives you that little bit more, forgiving some of those slight miss hits, but still getting that really good shaping and the look of the golf club. But if you are a really good ball striker or relatively consistent ball striker, then you're really going to see the benefits of these types of irons. Wasn't quite as good, a little bit pulley. It looks to be hitting that same sort of number on that carry. Yeah, the just spins drops a little bit. I've just got a little bit of mat and ball together a little bit there, just drops that spin. You see, that's not perfect on the strike, and that's where you're going to get that feedback through these irons. You know, when you don't quite get it, you're going to know a little bit more about it. But look at that. It hasn't really dropped off at all, has it? You know, ball speed's still pretty good. Spin wasn't that bad. It's a little bit on the lower side, but I'm typically a little bit of a low spin sort of player, so that's quite typical. And land angle hasn't changed much. So even though I wasn't perfect striking, I'm still getting that distance there, which is nice. That was a better strike. Feels superb. Callaway done a lot of work with the head. You know, it's a 5-stage process now in this forging, so fully forged head feels really sort of soft off the club face, as you're going to expect. We've got that little bit more work in terms of that turf interaction, the club entering the turf and also exiting turf to keep that speed up through the ground. So now switching over into the Titleist, so the new T100 for 2024. Again, a new lineup with the T Series irons. They're all being really, really popular. The engagement and the love for the T100 on my review video was pretty staggering, and also in that 150 as well. So it's a great iron, you know, evolution again of the T100. We've got the tungsten inside, splitting that heel and toe, helping a little bit of that forgiveness in that bottom of the golf club. But again, Titleist classic looks, beautiful shaping behind that golf ball. As I say, it's just a little bit larger than the CB, so if looks is very much more compact, CB might just edge it for you. But again, it's not big by any means. Obviously, we know what T100, as it's evolved from the original AP2 into the T100, looks fantastic. That's a nice strike. That was a good strike, that. So straight out the blocks there, difference of the sound and feel, it's very similar. I'm probably just gonna edge on the Callaway Apex CB just maybe feeling a little bit softer, but that's just dropped straight into the similar sort of carry numbers. Again, 34 degrees of loss, so we're going to see some very similar numbers, I think, between these two. I think a lot of this, if you're going to go out and try these, a lot will just depend on your personal preferences. See, that wasn't perfect. That's flown a little bit higher, to be honest. Maybe that bit of tungsten deep inside it, just giving that little bit of flight there. And Titleist, to be fair, have done quite a lot of work on that, again, that descent angle. Ooh, right, that's a little bit low heel. It looks superb on the flight, but I can tell I've not quite flushed that. Get that feedback again through the club. Yeah, and just dropping off a little bit there with the Titleist. Yeah, that's beautiful. Both fantastic irons in my opinion, and I think again, if you're in that market for this type of iron, you've got to put both of these into the mix. Oh, okay, yeah, just pulled fraction of there, but strike wasn't bad, to be honest. Okay, right, so there's a batch of shots hit with each. So my initial impressions, and I get these two clubs side by side again as we work through this. So visuals from the back, I know this doesn't really sort of matter too much, does it? But visuals from the back, probably just going to go with the Titleist, a bit more of that cleaner look. Then I think into that play-in position, which is a little bit more important for me. It might not be for you, but for me it is. And I really do like that compact head of the Apex CB there. And then coming down to sort of sound and feel, which we know are so much associated with each other, maybe the Callaway just edging it if you want it to be feeling softer, maybe just that Callaway having that slight edge, but there's not a lot in it between those two really good irons. Post comments down below, let me know your thoughts. Are you going to go Apex or are you going to go T100? Love to hear your thoughts as always. Appreciate watching the video. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Very much appreciated. Plenty more content coming your way. Hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.